Hello everybody, welcome to Cape Rugby TV. It's Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. Nice to have you along. Hope you got yourself a nice cup of coffee. I know that I've got mine to keep me nice and warm during the show. Of course, Wednesday night, Cape Rugby TV. Great stuff. Got this from Jerome, all the way from Kenya. Welcome back. This is what it's been waiting for once again, rugby on a Wednesday night. With me on the show, as usual, Morgan Newman. Hello, Morgs.
How's it, James? How are you going?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Lots of action tonight. Of course, Community Cup, Super 15, Varsity Cup, Varsity Shield, the whole lot. Are you ready?
I'm ready for it, James. It's been an awesome weekend and Monday night, so yeah, looking forward to the show.
No, totally. Jerome, I like it.
Baie goed, JP. It was a great weekend for South African rugby teams. I mean, all the teams won their games. I don't know if the Kings are one of the South African teams, but the Sharks won against them.
I'm at that stage right now that I'll put a beep on that. Beep. Mr. H, gaan we jou...
Meneer, met mij gaan het punten niet winnen. Die Kaap is weer Hollands and life is beautiful.
Klink asof amper as jy vir jouself 'n Kaapse klopse bendel laat verkoop.
Oh, nee, ook.
Yeah, well, anyway, it's time for us to get the show started now. Varsity Shield, of course, is the first thing we'll look at. Let's take a look at some of the results in the Varsity Shield. It's been an action-packed couple of days. Of course, there was a bye for some of the teams, but TUT losing to Fort Hare, 25-18, and CUT, a good win for them, 50 points to 20 over KZN. Jerome, CUT would have come away with a win like that over KZN. We saw their performance against UWC. They're strong, they've got a powerful pack. Kind of a result you would have expected, huh?
Yeah, I think it's a great result for UWC, which means that UWC is still in the mix now. They just need to win their 2 games. Next Monday they play KwaZulu-Natal in Pietermaritzburg. So they need to get points there. And then the week after they play Fort Hare at UWC. So hopefully they can get points. And we were hoping that CUT won all their games, which they've done so far. So it's good for us. So we can UWC can still end second.
CUT top of the log, they're going to want to protect that position. What do they need to do to stay top of the log?
They just need to win one more game, and I think they'll stay top of the log with the points they've got so far. And as I said, I think UWC has got a chance now to move to second place if they win their 2 games.
They've got Helgard Miller helping out a little bit there. But, last week was an interesting scenario. Peter de Villiers on the one side, Helgard Miller on the other side. Some good coaches there.
Yeah, there's really some good coaches in this.
Jerome Parvater as well.
Obviously, obviously JP. Yeah, so there's good coaches in this. They've got also like Fort Hare has got a good coach in Alfred Fana. His coach has been around. So there's quite a lot of experience, and Lofi Ilov's brother is coaching at TUT. It's not going too well there, but he's there. So yeah, all the coaches there, and then the coach of KZN, who we play next week, is Clinton van Rensburg, who play.
Yeah, of course, Sean van Rensburg.
His brother is coaching. He's also quite experienced. So there's quite a few good coaches in this competition.
Yeah, no, we've certainly got some skills coming during the Varsity Cup, and I'm sure that not only then players that are looking to progress their way forward, but coaches looking to get maybe provincial contracts or so forth. I mean, if we look at a guy like Morgs in your case, I mean, a Varsity Cup coach before was Sean Roux, great skills, etc., and look where he is now. He's helping out with SA Rugby's brains trust, so to speak.
Yeah, look, James, I think that's one of the big things that African Rugby is working on is the fact that they're trying to get progression for coaches, through the ranks. I think too often we see guys that are just coming out of the blue and coaching top teams or ex-rugby players all of a sudden coaching. Whereas I think this is sort of a good stepping stone, to go from Community Cup straight to Varsity Cup, and from Varsity Cup to a Vodacom Cup side, and then to a Curry Cup, and then sort of national level. So hopefully, the same way that the players progress, the coaches can progress. I think we see too often coaches, just coming from being players and being sort of, coaching very low down to coaching the box and so on.
I've got to just say to you, I see you got yourself a glass of water there, so cheers, Morgs.
Cheers, Javi.
One for you, yeah, one for me. But now, Morgs, if you can just put your hands in front like this and just tell me how big was that fish, if you can just show me. Yeah, how big was the fish?
Which fish, JP?
Yeah, well, if you put your hands like this, and then just show me how big was the fish.
What's so big, James?
Okay. Oh, I thought you were going to knock that glass of water off Anyway, okay, away from fishing and back to rugby. Mr. H, a good rugby weekend.
Yeah, question to Jerome. If UWC lose both their games, is there a possibility that they could end last?
Well, UWC at the moment, they are 6 points. They got 6 points. Hang on, how many points have they got?
12 points.
Six.
And TUT's got 8 points. Points difference. If TUT get 4 points and UWC don't get any points, then we on the same. But points difference, they can't be last, Mr. H.
But they can win both their games.
They can win, which they will do. They will win
I'm
all.
not talking about TUT. I mean, if they win both their games, then they go past UWC. That would not be acceptable.
Yeah, that would
Not
not
with
be.
the
Right, folks, I'm
coaches.
going to just have to interrupt you because it seems like this conversation has completely gone off the wall.
Not with the coaches
Mr.
that
H,
they have
let's
here.
just bring you back to fishing. Let's reel you back in here because I think we need to keep a little bit of focus here. What did you think of the rugby on Monday night? Varsity Cup, some action-packed stuff there, but didn't always go the way for some of the home teams.
Yeah, no, but I mean, the rugby is still very good. My concern is, I mean, we are now in the closing stages of the competition, so
Yeah.
everybody is making this sure that they stay, on the winning side or that they get their matches. And I think some of the players also might play a little bit with more, circumspection instead of going all out. And they don't want to get hurt. They want to be in the finals and things like
Do you
that.
think the guys are starting to look a little bit tired at the moment?
Yeah, possibly, but I mean, if you look at the captain of Marty's, for instance, I mean, he had a brilliant game.
Helmut.
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know, sometimes one thinks that a double round towards the end becomes a bit long and drawn out,
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's how it is.
Let's take a look at the logs now in the Varsity Shield. Of course, some teams up, some teams down. And there you see CUT, 27 points. They're still firmly on top of the log with KZN on 16. Fort Hare's on 15 after 6 games. They've played 6 and won 3 and only 3 losses there. UWC on 6. They've won 2 and lost 4. So they haven't done too badly, UWC, but when you look at it on paper, it doesn't look great. So UWC on 4th place on 6 points, and TUT right at the bottom, and quite a significant negative points difference for them. TUT there at least on 6, and they're sitting on 8 points. Right, folks, it's time for us to take an ad break now. We're going to take an ad break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at Varsity Cup. Lots of action in the Varsity Cup, and we managed to catch some of the action scenes from the UCT match as well as the Marty's match on Monday night. We'll be back with you in a moment.
Hi, I'm Bob Skinstead and you're watching Cape Rugby TV.
Get so much more for so much less at Tata Westenberg. Like the new Super Ace 1-ton mini truck. Our special introductory offer begins at only $109,995 from only $1,499 per month. With a 60,000 kilometer 3-year maintenance plan, the longest load body in its class, power steering, and so much more. The Super Ace mini truck is powered to take your business places. To find out more, SMS the words Super Ace to 32010 and one of our service consultants will be in touch. Terms and conditions apply.
Tata is a good buy, for sure.
Get more fantastic deals on Evox products at Dis-Chem now. Grab a 1.9 kilogram Lean Pro diet shake plus 30 free GCC diet caps for only $3.99. With 21 grams of protein and only 2 grams of carbohydrates, Lean Pro is perfect for your low-carb diet. Build lean muscle mass with 2.6 kilograms of amino whey protein for only $449.95 and get a free creatine HCl. Get down to your nearest Dis-Chem now for more great deals on Evox products. Evox Advanced Nutrition is the official sports nutrition supplier to Western Province Rugby and the DHL Stormers.
Welcome back, folks. It is, of course, Cape Rugby time here on Wednesday night. Nice to have you along. Remember, don't forget to check out our website, www.facebook. Or at least our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. Join us there. Lots of interaction. and on Twitter at Cape Rugby TV. It's time for us to look at some of the Varsity Cup results over the weekend. Rather exciting, and or at least not over the weekend, but on Monday night. Still keep thinking that rugby is on a Monday night. Picker against NMMU, 39 points to 36 win for them, and it was a solid win for Tuks, 34-29 over FNB UJ. UCT, a draw for them against Shimla's, things just not quite going their way, and a good win for Marties, 48 points to 21 over Wits. Mr. H, you were saying that you managed to watch the game there on Monday night. Marties, they're consistent, they show their class, they stay on top.
Yeah, and I think, as we say, they're going into the end part of the competition now, and they're making sure that they will have the home semi-final and possibly a home final, and it will be great for Cape Rugby that final is in Cape Town.
Morgs, you played for Marties for a number of the years. You're, of course, the player of the year there last year, and you've played in the Varsity Cup. I know you managed to wear those pink shorts a few times. What do you make of Marties? What would be going on in their mind right now, knowing that they're tapering towards the end of the Varsity Cup? As Mr. H said, the captain is looking strong. They maybe seem to have a little bit of a wobble in the beginning of the season. Now they're coming out with some good away wins.
Yeah, Chaps, I think that's what Stellenbosch will mainly be focusing on now is, I think they're building towards, they've been guaranteed a semi-final spot, so they'll definitely be building now. I think they made a few changes this past Monday for the game against Wits, purely because I think Wits are bottom of the table and didn't expect too much of a tough battle, and as you saw, they started very slowly, and in the second half with a few changes, and Chris Rousseau obviously coming in and having a few harsh words with the guys, I think they came out and played some decent rugby in the second half. But yeah, I think for them it's generally just the case now of building towards that secured semi-final spot at home, and at Stellenbosch they're a very difficult side to beat. So with their strongest outfit that they can field, I think any team going down to Donny Craven on in the next few weeks is going to have a tough time. I
tell you, I just don't see Chris Rousseau as the kind of guy that can give a harsh word to anybody. he's not the most friendly, harmless oak I've ever met in my life. He just doesn't come across that way. Anyway, folks, we've got a couple of clips for you of the match, Marties against Wits. Let's take a look. Marties against UJ there, action-packed match, and you can see why Marties are the dominating force. We also managed to catch some of the clips in the match. UCT against Shimla's. It was a draw for them, 21-all. Unfortunately, UCT just can't seem to be getting that kind of momentum that they're looking for. Once again, an away match, even tougher on the road. Let's take a look. Well, folks, UCT just not getting off the ground there. Jerome, Shimla's tough team, and UCT playing away, still not just really getting the momentum going.
Yeah, JP, I think they would rather take their 2 points, getting their draw there, because it's always tough going to Bloemfontein and to get to a win there. Yeah. And I think right from the beginning, the amount of injuries that UCT has got, they struggle to get a team together and things. And a few of their guys are playing Vodacom Cup, so they struggle a bit. But I think they will be happy to get their 2 points there out of Simlas, because you don't just go there and win. So I think, with where they are, this is a season which they just want to get past.
Okay, so let's take a look at the logs there. Then, of course, we see on the logs, Marty's still on top, 28-21. Tuxer on 21 points in second place. Picker on 19. The UJ, University of Johannesburg, on 18 points in fourth place. NMU on 17. Shimla's on 14. Ike's down at the bottom on 7 points. And Wits on 1. Morgs, what will the situation for UCT now? I mean, they clearly have no comeback at the moment. To come back, the only joy of winning the Varsity Cup. What will it be doing for them from a morale point of view, knowing that it's literally weeks away before we hit the league stages of club rugby Western Province?
Look, at this stage, James, I think because Kevin Foote will be the same coach for the going into the league, I think he's probably looking at guys that are going to put up their hands now going into the league. Obviously, they have a few guys that will come down that are not eligible to play Varsity Cup that will play in the league. So those guys will be playing, the guys that are sort of second fiddle now, but currently in the pound seats, will be playing their boots out, just to try and keep that spot going into the league. But it's a really difficult situation, I think. I think it's one of the cases where you kind of just want to get it over and done with right now and start moving forward and playing in a competition where you actually still, able to win and do well.
Do you think that there's anything going on in their minds right now that maybe the varsity, at least the club rugby stuff is maybe easier rugby?
Look, I definitely don't think the club rugby side is easier. It's purely because of the fact that
everyone's laughing.
Look, I think the club rugby is a very different game. I think you play against a bit bigger, heavier, older guys, but by no means easier. So UCT will be a force to be reckoned with when the club season starts.
What's your opinion on that?
JP, it's not going to get easier. It's going to get tougher.
Is it tougher?
Yeah, no, they play against like bigger guys and experienced guys and things. It's not Varsity Cup where
let me ask you that then. How does it? What would happen to a team like Shimla's? Because I think a lot of people would be asking the same kind of question that I have. If you take a team like Shimla's or Police or Dispatch and you put them in our Super League A, how do you think they would do?
No, they will get thrashed.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like Hamilton's is there, they can beat any of these teams. I mean, Marty's already there, Durbanville is already there, and SK is already there. So we've got a tough club competition, JP. It's not easy.
I mean, Mr. H, you know the other unions quite well and how many clubs they've got. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, no, that's what always happened previously with 100 and odd scores, at club champs. So it's happening again now in this Community Cup.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at that in a minute.
The thing is that the Ikeys in the club setup must play the Marties twice. They must play Durbanville twice. They must play SK twice. That's tough.
So, I mean, really, Morgs, yeah.
No, look, Chase, I think the big thing is that with Ikeys is what has happened with him is, I speak under correction, but with John Dobson, that was the coach and that obviously won the Varsity Cup. He then became coach of the Vodacom Cup. And he's taken 90% of those players with him to the Vodacom Cup. So if you look at the Vodacom Cup side, they're sitting with about like 12 UCT guys.
Hang on, whoa. Time out. Jerome, how many UCT players in the Vodacom Cup? A lot.
There's a lot, yeah.
A lot. Okay, so carry on.
So I think, and that's where the UCT have lost their depth, is now, if you take those guys back, then you may have a different situation, but because Dobson has felt that those guys are the best guys in Cape Town for their positions.
Yeah.
He's drawn from them, and now they end up having a lack of depth. And with the injuries that they've experienced, they're actually seeing themselves sit at the bottom of the Varsity Cup.
Is that where they go now when they finish with the Vodacom Cup? Do they go back to their clubs, Jerome?
Those who are not, who don't qualify to play under 21, they'll definitely go back to their clubs. But a lot of them the thing is, a lot of that players got contracts with Province, so that's why Province got the first option on them to play Vodacom Cup. So that's why they play Vodacom Cup, because they've got contracts with Province.
All right, so yeah. Anyway, so I think I think if there's something we draw out of there, that UCT is not going to have an easy ride coming back. If they're battling in the Varsity Cup, and you say the Varsity Cup teams are not as strong as our clubs, and they're going to come back here and play stronger teams, the likes, as you mentioned, Hamilton's, Durban, SK. I mean, some of those teams are, and some of the teams who are stronger this year. I mean, I think one of the teams to watch out for this year is Helderberg. I think we're going to see some strong performances from them. Stage?
Yeah, no, I mean, those guys do their homework. I know that,
Yeah.
and they will come back with a bang.
Yeah, with a bang. All right, with a bang, let's take a look at the fixtures then coming up in the Varsity Shield. Of course, we see the CUT. Yeah, they are firmly on top, and they're playing against Fort Hare in the Shield. That's on this coming Monday. And then also away from home, it's UWC up against FNB UKZN. They are playing on Monday night at 7 o'clock. So make sure that you get up there if you can to go and watch the guys play at the Peter Boyson Sports Park in Pietermaritzburg. Go and support UWC in Pietermaritzburg. Let's take a look now at the fixtures in the Varsity Cup, because there are also, of course, some interesting matches. It's UJ against Shimlers, Marty's up against Pucker, FNB NMMU against FNB Tuks. And there we see FNB UCT at home against FNB Wits. Lots of FNB sides there. Remember, this is, of course, the Varsity Cup presented by, or at least the FNB Varsity Cup presented by Steinhoff. Time for us to take an ad break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at what's happening in the Community Cup. And, of course, on our side, we follow Durban and SK Warmers and see how they're doing. We'll be back with you guys in a moment.
Hi, I'm Kobani Bobo, and you're watching Rugby TV.
Get so much more for so much less at Tata Westenburg, like the new Super Ace 1-ton mini truck. Our special introductory offer begins at only $109,995 from only $1,499 per month. With a 60,000 kilometer 3-year maintenance plan, the longest load body in its class, power steering, and so much more. The Super Ace mini truck is powered to take your business places. To find out more, SMS the words Super Ace to 32010 and one of our service consultants will be in touch. Terms and conditions apply.
Tata is a good buy for sure.
Get more fantastic deals on Evox products at Dis-Chem now. Grab a 1.9 kilogram Lean Pro diet shake plus 30 free GCC diet caps for only $3.99. With 21 grams of protein and only 2 grams of carbohydrates, Lean Pro is perfect for your low-carb diet. Build lean muscle mass with 2.6 kilograms of amino whey protein for only $449.95 and get a free creatine HCl. Get down to your nearest Dis-Chem now for more great deals on Evox products. Evox Advanced Nutrition is the official sports nutrition supplier to Western Province Rugby and the DHL Stormers.
Welcome back to Club Rugby, folks. Yes, of course, Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, and we're doing the very best of Club Rugby, Community Cup, Varsity Shield, as well as Super 15 for those of you that haven't had a chance to see what the Stormers or Western Province or the Vodacom Cup are up to. Let's take a look now at some of your Community Cup results. There we see it. Velcom Row is losing to Pretoria Police, 51 points to 20. The African Bombers, a win for them, 34-19 over Police. Roodepoort, it was a win for them, 34-15 over the Crusaders. White River, a massive thrashing for them. Brakpan beating them 134 points to 0. And of course, staying there in that pool, SK Warmers, it was a loss for them against College Rovers, as was predicted. Shishan losing to Dispatch 30 points to 20. Noordlikers losing 69-17 to Rustenburg Impalas. And also Borneans 19-13 over Evergreen. Jerome, I mean, I know I said it as predicted, but a tough match for Tygerberg. For SK Warmers, sorry. People expected that. Everybody said this team came off an 86-run winning streak, but not a bad result on paper at the end of the day.
No, they were. I've spoken to one of their coaches. They were still in. They missed a try in a few conversions, but they were still in for the game, which I think it was really good of them going there, because they're a class side, College Rovers. You don't go there and just go play.
How do you mentally prepare yourself for a game like that when you go up against a team who's won 86, 89 matches in a row. SK Woomers being a wild card as well. How do you mentally get it right?
Look, James, I think mentally it's the easy part because you know you're going up against a side that hasn't lost in a while, so immediately the motivation factor is there. But I think with the Community Cup and it being on TV and all those kinds of things, I think it's an opportunity to do a bit more analysis now. So I think if SK Woomers have done their homework, they can go back and look and see the games that College Rovers have played on TV, analyze that, and go there with a proper plan in place to try and combat some of their plays and that kind of thing.
If you've got any advice for a player, yourself personally, having been in that situation already, you're a player playing at a high level, and you know you're going to. What's the personal advice you give to an individual at SK Woomers? What's going through their mind? What advice do you give them for preparing for a game that's potentially so intimidating?
Look, I think the best preparation you can do is during the week. So, you know, when you go to training, you got to go to training and you got to train like you play. I know it's an old cliche, but you really got to go down to every training session, and for the hour and a half that you spend down in the field, you've got to train, you've got to put in the work like you would do for 80 minutes on a Saturday. And then mentally, you know, the night before you have a good night's rest, and mentally you know that the hard work's been done, and now it's just a matter of implementing that for 80 minutes. Let's
take a look at the logs in the Community Cup and see how everybody's doing there. There you see it's College Rovers that are in top spot on 15 points. Dispatch are in second place. SK Woomers in third, so not having done so badly there. Villagers Worcester in fourth and Shishan on fourth place. Of course, it was a bye for Durban, so let's look at the logs in Pool B. And where there you can see it's the Police on top spot there. Durban, who had a bye over the weekend, they're in second place, and African Bombers are in third place with Welcome Rovers, Bloemfontein Police in the next spots there. Jerome, what is the big thing that the guys are going to be looking for over the weekend? It's a big match for SK, but the bonus here is, of course, they got all those hometown fans coming out to support them.
Yeah, definitely, JP, and I think if they want to have a say in the competition, fortunate for them. I mean, they're both on 10 points, so it's a home advantage for them. They just need to take the win there, and it's really a bonus if they get their bonus points. So I think if they get the win there, then they'll pass. They'll be in second place, and I think that's ideal for them. And the same for Durbanville also. I mean, they had a bye, so they would come out fresh and firing, and they might go to the top of their lock also.
Mr. AJ, have you had a chance to speak to Jan Loopscher at Durbanville lately? How's he feeling?
No, he's quite confident that they will make it into the playoffs, you know. But it's tough. Yeah. You know, they very close there. The one thing that bothers me just about this whole thing, you know, the whole structure. Somebody in the competitions committee of SA Rugby must go and sit down and compare all these things. You now play 3 games in Cape Town this weekend. Last weekend, all 3 were gone, or they didn't play. The Vodacom Cup played in Ceres, this one played there, in Durban, that one. Now this week, you know, you actually want to plan it so that it's staggered and people in Cape Town can go watch rugby every week, or they don't have to split up the support in 3 ways. So if one of these teams had to play away and 2 is here, that would be great. Yeah, but now and it happens, you know, even with the Varsity Cup also. The Marties play and the Ikeys play at home. Both play at home.
Same time.
Yeah, you know.
But isn't that quite nice? I mean, for the fans, if they can each go to their home club.
No, but I would like to see both, you know, the games. So.
No, but I mean, a student isn't going to drive from Marties across to UCT to watch the next game.
Yeah, but you know, there's other people also that you must consider.
You would go to 2 games on a night.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Where the police roadblocks are going to be busy all night long. You're going to see lots of arrests.
I just think, you know, it would be much more appreciated if people can go to.
So in other words, one sort of local game per night, where all rugby fans can go to one game. Yeah. Well, I would like to see that, because I'd quite frankly like to see at UWC that we start seeing UCT and Marty supporters come out to support UWC. At the same time, I'd like to see UWC supporters go out and support UCT or Marty's. And at the same time, if SK Woomers are playing the Community Cup and it's their game, then the Durbanville guys can get off their backsides and go watch SK Woomers. And the same for SK Woomers. If Durbanville's playing, get off your backside and go and support your home team.
It's the same, like you say, Mr. H, with the Vodacom Cup. I mean, Vodacom Cup played against Boland. It's serious, where I mean, Newlands, they could have just changed the fixtures around and played their first game at Newlands, at the stadium.
Yeah,
and then
but
the second round play.
but that wasn't so
No,
serious.
if what Mr. H is saying about
It
the
wasn't,
planning.
really, it wasn't really a serious matter.
No, but we're talking about planning now and
I thought you
how
said it
they
was
can
serious.
do. Serious.
Oh, in series. Oh, in series gespeeld. I got
Serious,
it. I'm
yeah.
with you, yeah.
Yeah. So
Seriously?
yeah, it's serious, yeah. It's serious, but it's serious.
Okay, I'm with you. No, seriously, I got you now.
Yeah, it's serious, but what I think is what Mr. H says, it's like this, someone who's doing the planning can do it a bit better.
Better planning.
Yeah.
All right, folks, this is a serious matter for the, like, seriously. All right, that's of course the Community Cup. Let's take a look at the Community Cup fixtures.
Quite a lot of
All right, there you
Community Cup
see
fixtures.
quite a lot of Community Cup fixtures. There it is. SK Women's against Dispatch, as I said, in Cape Town. And Durban will take on Velkom Rovers. Yeah, so it's going to be quite interesting. Friendlies, we've got a lot of club rugby friendlies coming up. Let's take a look at some of those friendlies now. Of course, if you're looking for Community Cup rugby, there you see it's UCT against Vix at UCT. Penil Villages, or at least Penil up against Young Peoples. It's Belleville and Bellhart. Scottsdene take on Primrose. Clutiesville are against Titans. Eersterivier take on Elsiesrivier. Franschhoek and Violets, Young Stars and Violets, Rocklands and Silvertree. There's quite a lot of fixtures here tonight, folks, that we're going through, and of course getting ready for the club season. Clearly, Brackenfell take on Rangers, Kuilsrivier take on Laguna, Hands and Hearts take on Never Despair. Who on earth is Never Despair? Graaffontein and Van der Stel and Milnerton take on NTK. That's where we're going to be this weekend, folks. We want you to come and join us. Cape Rugby TV goes out to Milnerton, where they've got a rugby festival. Ishmael Dolly is the head coach there. So if you want to check out a lot of rugby, go and check out the game at Milnerton. A couple of teams there, at least 5 different matches starting early in the day. So Milnerton, a good rugby day. And congratulations to the guys from Kraaifontein, Willie Collins and his team, for also putting on a fantastic rugby day there. And once again to Gerald Brock and his guys at Scottsdene. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it. Stormers were playing over the weekend, and we had to make sure we got some footage for the fans on that neck of the woods. Union Moore Rugby Day. Let's take a look at some of the information there. And there you see it is Union Mill on the weekend in celebration of their 40th birthday this coming Saturday. Participating clubs NNK, Goodwoods under 20 and the Rebels, Kraaifontein and Van der Stel, again of course False Bay Vets. Game kicks off at 10 a.m. in the morning. Super Rugby game will be shown live afterwards, so if you want to enjoy some good rugby after the action, and then you can stick around there and enjoy that Super Rugby on TV. Live band and heavens, what would you know? Mr. H, what have they got there?
That.
Tell us, what have they got at Milnerton?
Jumping castle.
They've got jumping castles.
Well done to them. Well done.
Well done to Milnerton. Yes, they certainly are turning on the entertainment factor. Talking about the entertainment factor, on Monday night we had another social media and sponsorship seminar at Western Province Rugby. Mr. H, your opinion?
I think it probably was one of the best that I've attended. The part where people shared, their ideas was great, and I think we picked up a lot of very good ideas that people can now go back and share those things amongst them. And the attendance surprised me, early season, and over 50 people attended the seminar.
Yeah, it was actually it was quite fantastic. So, folks, Mr. H just mentioned those tips at the media seminar, and one of the things we concentrated there on was entertainment. The more entertainment you have at your game, the more excitement your game, the more fans you're going to get, the more potential you have for revenue. But the 2 quick tips that we got there was one from Alice at Elsiesrivier, and as you know, Elsie's and Alice has turned entertainment and looking after the fans of the community into a first-rated experience. What she said was, when they do their little newsletters, what they do is they take that little piece of photocopy paper and they hand it out to 10 friends. Everybody gets one piece of paper, and then each one makes 15 or 20 photocopies. Because, of course, some people don't have all of the resources or the money, but everyone then takes one piece of paper and makes 15 or 20 photocopies. When you put that together, it's 200, and then that gets handed out to the community. So a very smart way to pool your resources. The other thing that we found out was from Carlin or Kia at Brackenfell. What they did was in terms of sending out their newsletter, which they do on the email, was that because you can only send out a limited number, they shared shared it amongst the people at the club, and then each person would send to about 50 people in the database. So if you had about 300, you would each send out to 50 or so, and that went out your newsletter. And then on asking Carla what kind of content you put in the newsletter, she said, because a lot of people ask the question of, well, how must I write a newsletter, and what must I put in the newsletter? So it became quite simple. We asked her, what do you put in the newsletter? And she said, very simply, I put in the newsletter what people always ask me. And what do they always ask? How much are my fees? When must I renew my fees? What time is the next game? Are we practicing on Wednesday night or on Thursday night? Those were the kind of questions put in the newsletter. And Mr. H,
what clothes must we wear when we go
Yeah,
play?
but you can elaborate a little bit more.
No, it was fantastic to listen to what they have done there, you know. And strangely enough, the most input came from women.
Yes.
You know, they gave all the input as to what must be done, and I think clubs must look at that, you know, and find ladies in the community to assist them more.
Well, I don't think they need to find ladies in the community. I think they just need to find more people in the community to assist them more. It just seems that the ladies are more willing because maybe the men are too legat.
No, well, I think so too.
Yeah.
But the ladies seem to have more ideas, you know, as to how to do these things.
Maybe the men are just, I don't know. Jerome, why do the men not have more ideas?
Some men.
Some men. Here we go. You see, Mr. H.
Okay, maybe we'll find men there. Yeah, well, the guy from Violet, he also had a lot of ideas.
Riaz Khan.
Yeah, he had a few good ideas there.
Yeah. We're proud to say that the Leisure Hotels are once again back with the Cape Rugby TV show. They were our sponsors now and supporters of the show for the past 2 years. Strand Towers is where the Leisure Hotels are obviously quite happy to entertain you and any sporting function that you're looking for. You want to get hold of the guys from Leisure Hotels. They've got fantastic rates at the Leisure Hotels at Strand Towers, and I know that they quite often host various sporting federations. They are holding conferences at a very, very affordable rate. So do yourself a favor, get hold of Strand Towers as part of the Leisure Hotels group if you've got a club or someone out of town coming to visit. If you want to win yourself a night's accommodation, bed and breakfast, then all you need to do is SMS the word leisure and your name to 33280. One night's accommodation, bed and breakfast at the Strand Towers. Get your cell phone handy now. SMS the word leisure and your name to 33280, and you put yourself in the mix to win for yourself bed and breakfast at the Strand Towers. All right, folks, it is now time for us to take a quick look at what's happening in the Vodacom Cup. Let's take a look at the results there. We see it was the Sharks on Friday, 72-6 over the Bulldogs. It was SV Deer losing to the Free State, 31 points to 8. Pumas 62-0 over the Falcons. Over the weekend, we also saw the Boland Cavaliers drawing with Western Province 17 all. The Lions 45-15 over the Leopards. The Bulls beating Griquas 40 points to 32. The Griffins 50-14 over Limpopo. And the Pampas drawing with the Eastern Province Kings. Let's take a look at the logs now in the Vodacom Cup. And there we see the Pumas at the top, Griffins, Lions, Bulls, Griquas, Leopards, Limpopo, Bulls, and of course the Falcons right down the bottom. That's in the north section. While in the south section, it's the Sharks at the top of the Free State in second place, and Western Province in third, followed by the Cavaliers, the Kings, the Pampas, the SV Deer, and the Bulldogs right down at the bottom. Let's take a look at your Vodacom fixtures now over the weekend. If you want to go and check this out, the Falcons and the Lions, Leopards and the Bulls. It's the Free State against the Cavaliers. They're playing away in Bloemfontein. The Bulls and the Pumas in Pretoria. Griffins and Griquas in Welkom. The Bulldogs take on the Eastern Province Kings in Mthatha. And here at home, it is Western Province who take on the Sharks at Cape Town, or at least at City Park here in Cape Town. SV against the Pampas. Mr. H, once again, lots of entertainment at City Park. Nice for local people to come and watch the Vodacom Cup and the Sharks.
Yeah, and it's quite easy to get there. You know, I've had a lot of calls, people phoning in to ask, how do you get to City Park?
Yeah, no, but it's so easy. Yeah. It's straight down Belgravia.
Yeah, well, just get onto the M5, take the Kromboom turn off. Yeah. And then you go into Thornton Road where City Park is. But yeah, it would be nice, you know, it's always good. The Vodacom side has got a very good record at City Park. So I hope that things will turn around for them. I see the Sharks had played a very good game last week, so I think our Vodacom team will have to they will really have to up their game.
Yeah, look, I think one of the big things there is, look, I think it's going to be very exciting at City Park as usual, but as I said, we've got lots of games this weekend. We know Rondebosch has got a tennis tournament, Milnerton has got a big rugby day there, and then the Vodacom guys are at City Park, so they're taking on the Sharks. It's going to be a crackerjack match. But most importantly, if you are at City Park, when you finish with the game, you just cut straight down Belgravia, Wembley's, get yourself a Wembley's Whopper, okay? Morgs, what's your favorite chow at Wembley's?
No, just Vienna and chips and Wembley Whopper goes down like a home signal.
Jerome?
Mutton salami.
Mutton salami.
Yeah, no, the mutton salami is
Mutton salami.
fantastic.
Okay. Folks, there is no sponsorship or any involvement here whatsoever with our show and Wembley's, all right? But it certainly is one of those.
It's not a bad idea, Jack.
It's not a bad idea. But it's definitely a favorite of ours. I mean, it wasn't so long ago that I was at that specific location, and I tweeted out, I'm at Wembley's having a chow. And somebody said to me on Twitter, stay where you are. I'll come and find you now if you're lost. I'm not lost. Anyway, folks, it's time for us to take an ad break. But nice to be talking about some of the local haunts that some of us know. And interesting to see some people still don't know where the best spots in Cape Town are. We'll be back with you in a moment, and we'll take a look at what's happening in the Super 15. And we'll see you in a sec.
I'm Tim Swill, and you're watching Cape Rugby TV here in Greenpoint.
Get so much more for so much less at Tata Westenburg, like the new Super Ace 1-ton mini truck. Our special introductory offer begins at only $109,995 from only $1499 per month. With a 60,000 kilometer 3-year maintenance plan, the longest load body in its class, power steering, and so much more. The Super Ace mini truck is powered to take your business places. To find out more, SMS the words Super Ace to 32010 and one of our service consultants will be in touch. Terms and conditions apply.
Tata is a good buy for sure.
Get more fantastic deals on Evox products at Dis-Chem now. Grab a 1.9 kilogram Lean Pro diet shake plus 30 free GCC diet caps for only $3.99. With 21 grams of protein and only 2 grams of carbohydrates, Lean Pro is perfect for your low-carb diet. Build lean muscle mass with 2.6 kilograms of amino whey protein for $84.49.95 and get a free creatine HCl. Get down to your nearest Dis-Chem now for more great deals on Evox products. Evox Advanced Nutrition is the official sports nutrition supplier to Western Province Rugby and the DHL Stormers.
Welcome back, folks. Of course, it is Wednesday night, Cape Rugby TV. Super 15 is what we've been waiting for now. It was a cracker of a match over the weekend. Let's take a look now at some of the match comments. We managed to catch up with some of the Super 15 boys, the Stormers, back at Newlands after all these months. As I say, we caught up with some of the guys after the game.
I'm exhausted, very. It was tough. That's what we live for.
Yeah, very happy. Good first win, lots more to come. Very tough, proper rugby match, eh?
Very happy, man, very happy. This was a walk in the park.
Couldn't ask for a better day. The start of the Super 15 here by us, and we won. That's the most important thing. The Cape fans, we know they're passionate, they're ecstatic, and we just as ecstatic. They love for these young boys putting it on the line, and you could see today that these boys played with everything. They went out there, they put their bodies on the line, and in the end, the better team won. Certainly, we had Nazim Kaur running out here. You all know he comes here from Athlone area, played for a few schools and Primrose's Rugby Football Club, and now he's in the Stormers. So what a player and what an inspiration to the community.
Ja, wat net te hang en beetje vastgebyt daar by die einde. Maar ja, ek ben dus net nie vanaf vat eerste twee verloor het is so mooi gegaan nie, maar wen is 'n wen. En ons vat die ene om hier vanaf te bou. Terwyl te gaan, ek kan nog 'n bietjie verbeter. Ek ken rugby spelers nooit tevrede met baie. As jy so blik verbeter ons 'n bietjie. Hopelijk kan ons 'n step up maak die volgende keer.
Yeah, it was good. I thought the boys played well. We executed the plan well as well. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, they don't stop coming. No matter how far you are ahead, they don't stop coming. Like you saw there, they almost got up to us at the end.
Ja. Nou, dat was een lekker game geweest. Ik denk de eerste helft erbij goed gegaan, volgens plan. Tweede helft, ja, dat is zo op en af, maar het leest dat hij was vastgebuiten in de game verschil. ek moet sê, ek geniet die Kaap. Bietjie stadig gewees om bietjie in te set met alles wat gebeur het, maar dinge val in plek en ek het goeie mense wat my support en wat my back, so alles kan net vorentoe gaan. Thanks so much.
Absolutely brilliant win. It's taking time, it's a process. We will eventually get to the quality of rugby that we want to play. That's fantastic at Newlands. Nowhere in the world will you experience this kinds of support, and thank you to all the support in the Western Cape.
Yeah, thanks, Jobs. It's long gewerkt and it's paid off. It's always tough, not easy as you saw in the scoreboard, but it's a nice win for us. Always happy to be back at Newlands.
Please, my friend. Please. You sure?
Folks, the guys were absolutely thrilled there. The Stormers back at Newlands. Victory for them over the Chiefs. They managed to pull off a win by 2 points, which was, of course, my prediction. Stormers by 2 over the Chiefs. And we'll have a chat with Morgan Newman about his prediction for the Stormers in the Super Brew competition in a minute. And we'll also ask Jerome how he did in the Super Brew competition, and Mr. Herman Abrams, and find out how they did in it. Let's take a look now quickly at the Super 15 results. Yeah, there you go. It's the Hurricanes with 1 point win over the Crusaders. I think a lot of us got that one wrong. The Rebels lost to the Reds 23-13, and of course the Cheetahs 36-19. And as I said, they start to travel well. And the Brumbies 35-6 over the Waratahs as they retained some of their momentum. And there you see that 2 point win for the Stormers, 36-34 over the Chiefs. The Kings hanging in there, hanging tough against the Sharks, but the Sharks proving just a little bit too strong with a 21 points to 12 win over the Kings. And the Blues going down to the mighty Bulls, as we pretty much expected. Not sure a lot of people went for that. Quite a tough prediction there, but some of the stability factors are starting to come out again. And a little bit wobbly, Jerome. How is it that some of those teams that we saw do so well, the wheels come off the bus? The Crusaders going down, the Blues going down, the Cheetahs a complete 180.
Yeah, the talk about the Cheetahs, JP. The Cheetahs are known for a side that travel well, and they've just shown it. And one thing that I'm disappointed for them is I think they had lots of chances to get their bonus points, and they just decided to kick for poles on the last, which I thought they were mauling well. They could have gone for their bonus point because there's no ways that the other team could have catch up with them. So that was a bit disappointing for them. And then, the other results were also a big surprise. The Bulls and the Blues in Auckland. It was a big surprise for everybody, I'd say.
Let's take a look now at the combined log. The Brumbies are on top of the Bulls, the Chiefs, the Sharks, the Reds, the Blues, the Kings, the Waratahs, the Crusaders. There you see the Stormers on 10. Nice to have them back in the mix. Hurricanes, the Rebels, the Cheetahs, the Highlanders. Yeah, so there we see that. Okay, folks, so of course you wanted a chance to win for yourself an official hamper from the official sports nutrition supplier of the Western Province Rugby Stormers and the DHL Stormers. If you want to win yourself an Evox hamper, let's take a look at that now. You want to win yourself the during, it's the super carbohydrate. If you want to win for yourself the after, it's the rapid recovery. These two products are up for grabs. Let me just turn that for the camera. Always difficult seeing the camera where we are. And of course, don't forget, right before any match, or if you happen to be on a bicycle like Morgan Newman, who was cycling in the August tour, Cyto Crank gets you going. Morgan, how did your August go?
I just didn't go too badly. I rode for charity. I rode for a charity called Breathe Easy.
Yeah.
So it went really well. We busy working on donations now, and things are looking good. So my legs are not feeling that great.
Tell us a little bit about Breathe Easy.
Breathe Easy is a charity that they provide tracheotomies for children. So it allows the children who are used to being hospital bound to be able to go home, and then the moms to look after them with the use of this tracheotomy. So it's a Red Cross Children's Hospital. It's at Red Cross Children's Hospital.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it's.
How did you come up with this? How did you come up with this concept as a charity?
Look, Japes, it was a charity that was close to my brother's heart, and my brother passed on. So I just, it's something that I've been always wanting to get involved in, and so we decided that this year I think it's definitely for a good cause, and so we're busy raising money for that, and looking forward to people donating.
And if people want to donate, how do they do that?
If people want to donate, they can go into the website. There's the Breathe Easy website. You can go and check out. And then you can also go to Just Giving. It's justgiving.com/ANARTEY. ANARTEY.
We'll put that up on the screen underneath you there, folks. You can see here's the website name now for if you want to donate to Breathe Easy.
And then people can donate that way. And any donation, big or small, will be appreciated. And we're hoping to send more kids who have this problem. We're hoping to send more kids home, sort of with their mom's care instead of being hospital bound.
Well, listen, I think what you and your mates did, of course, in honor of your brother, I think you guys did a fantastic job to get together and pick a charity like that. Even though I know that you could hardly walk the next day.
Yeah, listen, even sitting here is still a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
But all for a good cause, so I'm not complaining.
Well, the next time, make sure that you have more rapid recovery. So, folks, if you want to win for yourself this Evox hamper, a rapid recovery, a super carb, and a Cyto crank, just tell us who is the official sports nutrition supplier to Western Province Rugby and the DHL Stormers. Let's take a look at last week's winner. Of course, won for themselves an Evox hamper and a set of double tickets. Congratulations, Travis Shepherd. You win for yourself, or you did win for yourself, the hamper and a set of double tickets. Congratulations. And as I say, once again, if you want to win for yourself this little hamper, cell phone out, 33280. Evox is what you need to do. Let's take a look now at how we did in the Super Brew predictions and how things went over the weekend. Well, there you go. Miss Piggy, players and posers. Congratulations, Miss Piggy. You go straight to the top with your best performance. And ST for life, the man with the biggest back, obviously went all the way down. Celebrity panel, players or posers. How did we do there? Who went up the most? And of course, I must say that in this case, going up the most doesn't mean much. Going up the most doesn't mean much. All right. I'm currently not doing very well in Super Brew, but I'm proud enough to be wearing my hat. All right, gentlemen. One of these days, one of you will climb the Super Brew rankings as high as the mighty JP Napier. Super Brew rankings. Morgs, there you go. There's your cap. I know that you absolutely.
Thanks, Jeff.
Let's take a look at the Super 15 fixtures coming up this weekend. All right, there you go. It's the Highlanders, then the Hurricanes, the Warriors, and the Cheetahs, the Kings, and the Chiefs. The Crusaders take on the Bulls, the Reds, and the Force, and the Sharks, and the Brumbies. Of course, we know it is an away match for the Stormers. So they'll be having a little bit of bye. Jerome, the guys will be looking to take a bit of a breather this weekend.
No, JP, you would think they would, but yesterday they had a big session, which they call the strongmen, and the guys were running and training hard. So you would say like after a game like that, but except the guys were injured, all the guys were training hard. So they've got still training up until Thursday, and then they're off.
Take a couple of days off. Yeah. Morgs, how much of a blow will the loss of Brian Abana be for Alistair?
Look, James, I think both on and off the field, Brian has had an impact on the Stormers. So on the field with his performances, and off the field, I think he's one of the leaders, one of the senior guys in the side, who gives a lot of advice, and with his experience, it's obviously valuable. So I think it'll be a big blow to the Stormers. But whoever comes in, I'm sure will be capable. I think Gerard van der Heever looks like the man with the shoe in, being the guy that comes off the bench, always in place of Brian. So he looks to come in, but he's also quite a bit of experience coming from the Bulls and that kind of thing. So maybe he can live up to the hype that he came to Cape Town with, and fill the void that Brian has left.
Well, it does look like. I mean, quite frankly, we just beat the best team. So what can we expect? When we beat the best team without Skalkberger, without Ibn Etzebeth, Brian Abana went off. You've got to give the Stormers credit, Mr. H.
Yeah, no, they got and there's some good guys that didn't play.
Yeah.
So they should have no problems running for the next couple of weeks, hopefully. And even on Saturday we're not playing. They can move up 3 places.
Yeah.
Because I expect all those the guys on top of them to lose their games.
Yeah, absolutely. You expect that?
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a look at your Super Bowl predictions next week and see how you did. Morgs, have a great rugby weekend.
Yeah, thanks, James. Lots of action. Stormers are not playing, so we can get out and go and support some of our local club rugby, Vodacom Cup, Community Cup games.
Yeah, Jerome, same to you. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks, JP.
Game you're going to this weekend?
I'm going to Vodacom Cup there, and then I'm going towards Belleville and Belhar.
Yeah.
That's also going to be a good game. So I'm going there. I hope I can go to one of the Community Cup games also. So I must just see how I can run around.
A lot of rugby, you have to sort of really coordinate it. Mr. H, your game of choice over the weekend?
I might pop up there at Bell and Bellahar.
Bellville and Bellahar.
See how it goes there.
Right, for the rest of you folks, you can join us, of course, at Milnerton somewhere during the day. There's 5 or 6 teams out at Milnerton, and we'll be popping in at some stage at City Park to go and watch the Vodacom side play against the Sharks or Natal 15. For the rest, have yourself a fantastic rugby weekend. We catch you on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. Cheers, bye.